the bestseller rank, there's a few things to recognize about the bestseller rank. Thing number one, you would think by the name of what it is, bestseller rank, that the BSR was a good indication of sales on Amazon. But it's actually not a great indication of the sales that you're making on Amazon, because BSR is actually very, very easy to manipulate. And all you need to do is to do a product launch on Amazon and to make a lot of sales in a short amount of time, and you can get the bestseller rank fairly easily if you follow my training and what I've laid out for you. Oftentimes, if you do a launch, how I've suggested you do a launch, you will actually get the bestseller badge. And bestseller badges, or the bestseller rank, is calculated on a, depending on the category, up to every hour. So as fast as every hour, they recalculate the bestseller. So you can have the bestseller badge for an hour, and the next hour you can lose it. If somebody else comes along and does a product launch, then you can lose the bestseller badge, okay? Which is why it's so important to do your launches really, really well and to target the right keywords, because then you tend to keep it much, much longer. So because of that, it's actually very, very easy to manipulate, and because of that, it's not the best indication of potential sales. It is an indication, and it's kind of all we've got, but it's not a great indicator of a product. Also, something else you probably should know is if a product doesn't have a BSR, what that means is it hasn't made any sales yet. So when you first launch your product onto Amazon, you don't have any BSR, and that is because you haven't made any sales yet. As soon as you start making sales, you'll be good to go. All right, with that being said, let's kind of get into it. Let me show you exactly what it is. So let's scroll down. So your BSR is always, depending on if it's brand registered or not, just down here. So here's where your BSR is. Amazon's bestseller rank. So this has got a BSR of 3,210 in sports and outdoors. So that means at this moment in time, this product, out of the hundreds of thousands of products in the sports and outdoors category, and there would be hundreds of thousands of products, this sells in that position. It makes that many sales in that particular position, which is very high. That's a product that's selling a significant amount of sales. And Jungle Scout has got a free tool. I'm just trying to remember the URL for it. Jungle Scout, is it Estimator? That's it. So Jungle Scout /Estimator, and again, I do not recommend you getting Jungle Scout. I don't think you need it at all. Some people like it though, and that's entirely up to them. But personally for me, I don't get that you need it. But they've got a good little tool here. Let's just go back. So it's Sports and Outdoors 3210. Let's go find that, and we can have a look roughly what it's going to be selling. So sports and outdoors 3210, so we can estimate our sales. So on average they're making just under 1,000 sales a month of that balance bike. And what's it retail at? 89. Well, that's pretty cool. That's a significant amount of money that one product is making. 89, who's got a calculator? 89.99 multiplied by 938, please. Somebody help me out there. Somebody's saying, what's the URL for that? So it's at junglescout.com /estimate-sales /estimate-sales. Again, I'm not saying you should get Jungle Scout. It's just that this is free, and it's usually pretty good. It's as an estimator, pretty bloody good. John Cessna, thanks so much, John. Oh, I've got a couple of different prices here. 84,410. Thanks, John. So that one product is making about $1 million a year US on Amazon. Pretty good. Pretty good. So I'd have that any day of the week. One product, $1 million a year. Thanks so much. So that gives you a good indication of bestseller rank. It also shows you a little bit about what that actually means in terms of potential sales volumes. And the second thing to note about BSR is the only one that matters is the top one. That's really the only one that matters, because you can see I've got 3210 in sports and outdoors, and number 2 in the actual they're called nodes, but it's like the subcategories as well. So if you go down and down and down, subcategories, it's ranked number 2 BSR in kids balance bikes. So, but that's not as important for our purposes as sellers for ascertaining the product in a given marketplace. It's not as important. I just look at the top level BSR, all right? Ignore the other BSRs. Whilst they're interesting, they don't really help us. So that is bestseller rank. That's how you can use it. As I said, it is very, very easy to manipulate. All you need to do is follow my launch sequence, and oftentimes you will get the bestseller badge very, very often. And that's pretty cool to have, and it'll make you chuckle the first time you get it. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much, much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.